Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the, let's see, this is called the Amazing Spider-Man Hobgoblin with Free Wheelie Glider. So this came out 2006, so 10 years ago. This is a Toy Biz figure. This is not a Hasbro figure. So this came out 10 years ago, a decade ago. Think about that. And so once the new Hobgoblin comes out, we'll be able to compare them. But this is 10 years ago, and we've got a Hobgoblin that looks like this. And he looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. He looks like the Roderick Kingsley Hobgoblin. No questions there. Let me see here. Sorry guys, one second. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my Hobgoblin comics. Right there. Hobgoblin Lives. This is also in my list of one of my favorite story arcs of all time. So you can see how he looks here. His blues are a little bit richer. His orange is a little bit darker here, but there you go. Hobgoblin. Oh, and the bag is on the wrong side. But I can fix that later. So yeah. So he's got the soft plastic for the cape. He's got this, the pumpkin bag's a free floating piece. That does get a little bit annoying, but if you wedge it up underneath the cape enough, it holds it into place pretty well. The hood is also softer plastic, but the head is hard plastic. Great face sculpt. That is just nails it for Hobgoblin. You can see he's even got stitching on his cloth. There it is on his gloves. He's got it on the boots. Looks incredible. Now, this again is a 10-year-old figure, and this is one of those times where I argue, is Hasbro really the best option for Marvel Legends? And this wasn't even a Marvel Legend figure. This was one of the Spider-Man figures with one of those stupid toy gimmicks. All the Spider-Man figures have had these toy gimmicks. Here is Mysterio with he's got like a little light up and the head spins. It's like, okay, that was a stupid toy gimmick. Figure's still pretty good. We'll look at him at some point. Scorpion. Again, great figure, and it has a missile launcher for the tail stinger. Other than that, he's like a Marvel Legends. He just has that one gimmick. His gimmick is he's got wheels right here, so you can roll this. That's it. That's the only gimmick. And I know what you're thinking, well, that kind of looks stupid. Well, you can actually pull the cloud base off and just go with glider. And now, while it's not as stable, now you've got a glider. You know, just regular old goblin glider. And you can plug this back in. It just there's a port here and a port there. Plug this in, and it doesn't look too bad with the base either, because it's got like this kind of like cloud look going. So it looks pretty good. I might try and take this piece off, and just go with just the clouds, because I think that looks good. For the figure itself, you got a head is on the ball joint with the hinged ball joint. So left, right, up, down. Shoulders are on ratchets, up and down, all the way up. Bicep swivel, double bend elbow, which is on ratchets as well. Glove, it rotates at the glove, which is really nice, so it hides that bit of articulation there. Hand, in and out. The fingers are on one knuckle. It looks a little weird when you start going like that, but on this particular one, it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. By far, I think the worst one was Moon Knight. When it comes to that one, he's got the a pumpkin bomb. It is pegged into his hand, so if you it's pegged in, but it's also glued in. So if you really wanted to, you could remove the pumpkin bomb, but I think it looks, I think it looks pretty good in his hand. Ab crunch. Waist swivel right below the belt. Hips rotate up and down, all the way up, all the way back. Thigh swivel. Double bend knee, so you get the great bend. Boots rotate right below the leg there. Ankle, you got the goes that far. Goes all the way up to that far. Now, the Hasbro, they put the foot attached into the side of the ankle on a pin. Well, this guy instead, he's got a hinge right here, so he gets all the way up to there, all the way out to there, and then the toe is also on a hinge, so he can get a really wide stance. And we're talking about a 10-year-old figure. He's having a little hard time standing that far apart. But you could, if you really wanted to. Get that back up there. But yeah, all in all, just looks great. Just a great figure. Highly recommend this. For size comparison, here he is next to the Superior Venom, because one of my Scarlets got eaten, and I had no real place to put this guy on my shelf. So there he is next to a Spiderman, so I think this looks pretty good. And here he is with the Hulk. Looks pretty good. Looks appropriate. And getting those guys out of the way, and I just want to show them off against the current only other option, being the winged Build-A-Figure Hobgoblin, who has this really loose waist. So yeah, there you go. There's your Hobgoblin options. Amazing, pathetic. So if you buy the Build-A-Figure by itself, it ranges about $50 or so. 50 plus, whatever, something like that. You buy this guy by himself, mint and package, you're spending about $50. So if you're willing to spend $50 on a figure, get the original Hobgoblin. This thing is so much better on so many levels. It's so much better. It's incredible. Like the comparison, it's just Yeah, it's just this guy's so pathetic next to him. It's kind of sad. And he comes with a glider, and goblins need gliders. I'm sorry, goblins have to have gliders, not wings, not jumpy boot things or whatever the Spider-Man Unlimited had, or Ultimate Spider-Man, whatever that is. He needs a glider. That plain and simple. So for a rating on this figure, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's one of those benchmark figures. It's like, okay, Hasbro, you're doing another Hobgoblin this summer. Do it better. Let's see if you can beat Toy Biz. Let's see if you can beat a 10-year-old figure. That's the ultimate challenge there. Can you beat a 10-year-old figure, Hasbro? My guess is no. No, you can't. But we shall see.